Hello and welcome to grammar class. Today's topic is modal verbs or modals in English grammar. So what are modals? Well, modals are helping or auxiliary verbs that are always used with the first or base form of the main verb in the sentence. Modals express additional information like possibility, ability, permission, certainty, advice, wish, etc. regarding the action denoted in the main verb. In this video, I am going to explain the modals should, would, must and the semi-modals ought, used, need and dare. Please watch my previous video on modals for the explanation of the other modal verbs. First up, we have the modal verb should. Well, the modal verb should expresses advice, suggestion, obligation, probability, and it is also used as the past form of shall. As you know, a modal verb is always used with the first form of the principal verb in the sentence. For example, in the sentence, you should not smoke, should is the modal verb and smoke is the principal verb. Here, should expresses advice. Then in the sentence, I thought I should win, should is used as the past form of shall. Why? Because thought is in the past tense and according to the sequence of tenses, the other verbs in the same sentence will be in the past tense. In the next example, we should maintain discipline. The modal verb should is expressing a sense of obligation or responsibility. Our company should make profits this year. In this sentence, should indicates a future possibility or probability of making profits. Up next, we have would. The modal verb would is the past form of will. Would also expresses a wish or imagination or a past habit or a polite request, and it's also used in certain phrases. For example, in the sentence, she said that she would drop me there, would is used as the past form of will because the reporting verb said is also in the past tense. But in the sentence, grandmother would often tell me stories, the modal verb would expresses a past habit of the grandmother. Would you lend me your cell phone, please? In this sentence, would is used to make a polite request. Then in the sentence, if I were a bird, I would fly, the modal verb would expresses imagination. Because I am not a bird, but I can imagine being a bird and flying around. Would may also express a strong desire or wish. For example, I wish you would accept our proposal. The modal verb would is also used in certain phrases such as would like, would rather, would mind and so on. The modal verb must has diverse uses. It expresses necessity, obligation, warning, certainty, prohibition and assumption. For example, you must arrive in time. It means it's necessary for you to arrive in time. So here the modal must indicates necessity. In the sentence, we must abide by the law, the modal must shows obligation. It's our obligation to abide by the law. We must not smoke in public. Here must indicates prohibition or restriction. Must may also show a guess or assumption. For example, he must be tired after the trek. In the next example, good must win over evil. The modal must indicates certainty. The victory of good over evil is certain. In the sentence, you must stop cheating people. The modal must indicates a warning. So we understand that the modal verb must may modify the principal verb in various ways in the sentence. Up next, we have ought. You see, ought is called a semi-modal because it's followed by a to infinitive, unlike the modal verbs which are followed by the first form of the main verb. Ought expresses moral duty, responsibility and advice. For example, we ought to respect our parents. This is our moral duty. We ought to serve our nation. Here too, ought expresses a moral duty. In the negative sentence, you ought not to insult the poor, ought indicates advice. Well, then used is also called a semi-modal because it's followed by a to infinitive and not the first form of the main verb. The semi-modal used to shows a regular past activity or habit or a thing of the past that no longer exists. For example, in the sentence, he used to smoke heavily earlier, the semi-modal used to shows a regular past habit or activity. In the next sentence, there used to be a forest here, used to shows a thing of the past that does not exist anymore, a forest. In negative sentences, used to may be used in two ways: did not used to and never used to. For example, he did not used to stay in a hostel. He never used to study well. So it shows the non-existence of a past habit. Now here is an example of an interrogative sentence with this semi-modal. Did you used to study in this school? Notice that after did we are using the first form of use here and not used. Now we have need. It's also called a semi-modal, but for a different reason. It's because need may also be used as a principal verb in a sentence. Need shows necessity or obligation. For example, you need not have gone there. It means there was no necessity to go there. In the sentence, you need not worry about it, the modal verb need shows need or necessity. You have no need to worry about it. In the last example, need he go there at once? The modal verb need indicates obligation or compulsion. We see here that with the modal need, we use the first form of the main verb and not the to infinitive. The modal verb dare denotes boldness or courage. Dare is also followed by the base or first form of the main verb. For example, he dare not disobey me. In this sentence, the modal verb dare indicates courage. He does not have the courage to disobey me. How dare you insult me? In this sentence, dare means to be bold enough to. How can you show the impudence or boldness to insult me? Similarly, in the interrogative sentence, dare he oppose us? The modal verb dare shows boldness or courage. In the last example, the modal verb dare is used in the past tense. He dared not go there alone means he did not have the courage or boldness to go there alone. From all these examples, we have seen so far that modal verbs do not have the ing form or the present participle form, nor the s or es form, and so they are called defective verbs. Need and dare may also be used as a main verb in a sentence. Hence, they are also called semi-modals. Now, here are some examples of how need and dare are used as a main verb in a sentence. In the sentence, I need an assistant, need is the main verb of the sentence used in the sense of want. In the second example, needs is the only and main verb in the sentence. In the third and fourth sentences, do is the auxiliary verb and need is the main verb. And in the last sentence, dared is the only verb used, so it's the main verb. That's it. If you liked the video, please be sure to like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel for more grammar videos. Thank you so much.